Hi, and welcome back to the Hispanic Wealth Project Wealth Wednesday. Today, we have our amazing past national president, Ms. Daisy Lopez-Cid. Everybody knows her as the people's president. But one of the things that I've always admired about her is where she started and where she is now. She is an incredible entrepreneur who has different types of business, all starting with real estate. Daisy, how are you?
I am doing fantastic. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. So I want to hear with you where you started. You weren't always in real estate, right?
No, I was not.
So tell me how you came into real estate. What were you doing before? Tell me a little bit about how you started in real estate and where you are now.
Well, I was a paralegal for an immigration attorney here in New York, and I did what everybody else wanted when they get into real estate, right? The flexibility of life. I was tired of the day-to-day and going into the office, and although that's what I do now, but just starting something for myself to be me. And I got into real estate. I had some friends that were doing great at it, and I said, you know, if they can do it, I can do it.
I think one of the most inspiring things for me when I look at your career is that, you started real estate with no formal training, no formal background, and just with your own hustle. And you've made an incredible real estate career, right? So, did you find that real estate for you? Did you come into real estate as a way to create wealth, or was it more about just having a career that you really enjoyed?
Well, I didn't really think that it was going to turn into a career, right? You just look at it as a job like everybody else does. Flexibility, getting into it, making your own hours, and you see others that are making great money, and you say, well, if they're doing it, you can do it. And I went in to make money and have flexibility. Boy, was I wrong
About the flexibility
about the
part, though.
flexibility part. Yes.
One of the things that I see with a lot of people who are in real estate is they don't realize the potential that you have to really start creating wealth with this. When was it for you that you started seeing real estate as a means to create significant generational wealth? And what were your steps, right? So you became from a realtor to a broker, then to investing in your own properties. Walk me a little bit through that.
Well, you start as a real estate agent, and I started doing well. I was making great money, and someone said, Daisy, why don't you open your own? I said, why do I want that headache? But I decided to jump into it, and I did. And becoming a broker and having agents under you where they follow you, right? You have to be that leader. Um, it took me to so many other places, but more so, it brought me to NARA. Creating that, uh, being at NARP just made me see the possibilities that I can grow into. And I saw others doing it that were just like me, right? Once I never thought that I can do those things. And I did. I followed, I saw, I learned what others were doing, and I created my own.
How were you looking at money to be able to maybe open your own brokerage? So you were starting to make commissions. Did you put some aside? Did you have somebody who gave you like this blueprint of
Does
what you were supposed to
anybody ever
do?
tell you what to do? No, I didn't have anyone to give me a blueprint. So I was making money and I was spending it, right? I mean, I came from nothing. So when you come from nothing and you start making money, you spend it, right? And sometimes you spend more than what you make. But when I saw that it was turning into more of a career, and I knew that it was something that I was going to do forever, my mind frame, my mindset started to change. And I started putting money away. And when I opened my own office, it just became stronger, right? What do I need to do? I need to put money away because what do I want to do after this? Once you do one, you just want to continue doing more, right? You want to create more. And it's not about, to me anyway, it's not about having more money. It's about having more freedom.
That's what true wealth is. So it's about having the freedom that you need to be able to do the things that you want or take care of your family.
Right.
Now, for any new entrepreneurs that want to get into real estate, right? A lot of the times people think, oh, I'm going to flip, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. What tips would you give them to actually be able to take this real estate career and turn it into something that's really going to give them that generational wealth?
The tips that I can give them. So when I started and I was making great money, my husband and I, who's my CFO, right? He's my chief financial officer. He has to hear me say that. We set goals for ourselves, right? You set goals on revenue, on profits. Once you hit that goal, well, what are you going to do next, right? And for me, it was investing my money into other things that my real estate career can feed. So we decided to open up other avenues, buying other franchises that my real estate can feed, and you just continue. It's easier to feed it than to start something brand new, right?
I love that, guys. And I think that's so powerful, right? So don't reinvent the wheel. Look
Right.
and see. She's looking at businesses that what other businesses can we diversify into that can help my real estate business, but that my real estate business can help be profitable as well to
Exactly.
create kind of like that passive income. I love that. Now,
It's like being you're the rainmaker, right? And the real estate office is the rainmaker. What can it feed in other avenues, other industries? I mean, it all real estate driven, but what are the other diversities that you can bring into that to feed it? So it's
now,
great.
what did you do? Did you start all of these businesses with your own capital, or did you have access to loans or other things like that?
Yeah, I mean, you had access to it, but it's my CFO. It's all been my capital that we start the companies with, and they're flourishing. So it's been a good thing. Had I known then to use other
Other
people's
people's
money,
money?
it's a lot easier to do that. I didn't know that then, but if I continue to do it now, then I would be using other people's money opposed to my own.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's one of the things that we've learned in our journey
Yes.
trying to scale is that you can only go so far with your own money. And there's, going out there and looking for access to capital and other connections so that you can scale a little bit bigger and faster. So, a lot of businesses start small and stay small. There's a very small percentage of businesses that actually break through that 1 million barrier in revenue and have multiple employees, and you're one of those. What do you think was the biggest key moment for you to be able to help you break through that ceiling to get to the next level of business?
I like to say that when you're comfortable and you're enjoying the fruits of your labor. But if there is no success without discomfort. So if you don't get out of your comfort zone, you're not going to grow. You need to do something that's not, if you're doing your day to day, you're doing great. You're doing well. You're financially well. But if you want to continue growing, then you need to get out of that comfort zone. And if you fail, you fail, right? You always have what you have to back you up. But if you're good at what you do, you're going to continue growing. But get out of that comfort zone.
I love that. Now that you are at a different level, who do you go to for financial advice or how to manage more money? Or, one of my biggest things that I'm obsessed with is that, well, I am, right? Like, I'm always like, what do you do about your taxes? What are you doing about this? Because to me, that's how you start creating some real wealth is having your money work for
For
you
you. Yeah.
instead of you always working for your money. And you've always been very smart about that. So give me a few tips on that. On what do you do to have your money work for you versus you always working for your money?
So the one thing is I have a goal, and I give myself 5 years. In 5 years, if I haven't reached that, then I can, I'm still young enough that I can move that goal a little out more. But my 5 year goal is to work because I want to work, not because I have to work. And right now I have to work because I want to get there. Um, but my CFO, my CPA, my management team, we have a financial advisor. So that's we meet with
Is
them
that your
monthly.
dream team?
That's my dream team, right? We meet with them monthly. We see where we are, and the capital that we can use, or we're going to go outside and use. What do we want to do? I want to work because I want to work, not because I have to work.
I love that. Now, one of the other things that I've always had so much inspiration from Daisy when I see you is that, and I want everybody to notice, like, she looks amazing. She always looks on point. Everything is on set. She enjoys nice things. But at the same time, whenever you talk to this lady, it is all about your goals. It is all about how to make your finances better and what good business propositions are. Now, what's next for you other than not working because you
I'm
don't want to
always going to
work?
work. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to die working, but I'm going to work because I want to, right? That there's a big difference there. What's next for me? Wow. I still want to continue expanding, right? I want to open in Puerto Rico. Um, who knows? The skies is the limit.
And other than the people that you mentioned already, your chief financial officer being part of that, who's your dream team to get you there?
I have my right hands, and there are five of them in my office, and we meet weekly as to where we are with our goals. And it's my marketing team, my educational manager, um, it's my office team. I need to make sure that we are all on online and for that goal. So it's
Rowing
my
the same direction.
exactly. And if they're not in it, then you can't be in my group.
My last question for you, Daisy, is how important has it been to network with other Latino entrepreneurs to get you to where you are today? Because I have always said that one of the reasons that I am where I am today is by being able to have people like you who have inspired and mentored me and shown me the way so that I can get to where I want to be faster and with less money.
You need that. You need that circle of friends, of entrepreneurs that have the same mindset that you have, to continue growing. I mean, we share things. You're in title, I'm in real estate, and we share ideas on how can we do better, how can we grow. I think that if you think that you can make it on your own, yeah, you possibly can. However, you need that circle of friends, entrepreneurs, people you know that can help you keep you accountable to what you say and what you do,
I love that.
right? Just like you.
Give us two last tips on creating wealth and creating especially that generational wealth.
You need to have goals, right? Set goals for yourself, and stick to them. Don't just change them because you didn't get there. Just push it out. Aim for it. The skies is the limit. You can do what you want to do. Trust me, I didn't think that I was ever going to get to where I am today. And I am not the most powerful or richest person that you're going to meet, but I am reaching my goals is because hay que tener la gana, right? You got to have that want, that love for what you do. And my generation is my grandkids, my daughter. So I keep going for them.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for being here, and
Anytime.
I'll see you soon.